Breaking news! Dormant bacteria thought to be 10,000 to 60,000 years old have recently been found in the Nika caves of Mexico. Extreme environments have never stopped bacteria from thriving, and this groundbreaking discovery has once again blown scientists out of the water at how diverse microbial life can be. Thriving in some of the most extreme environments, 100 new microorganisms have been isolated, and 90% of them are novel. The Nika caves of Mexico were discovered by accident in 2000 when a mining company stumbled upon the caves. Known for its iconic 50-foot-long crystals that fill this cave, it has become a place full of excitement and beauty. Temperatures in the cave can reach 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, which is 10 degrees higher than your average human fever. And while humidity is at a high of 90 to 100%, this makes working conditions almost unbearable. The environment may be a bit daunting to work in, but microbiologists are anxious to study and understand the new microbes that have been found in these crystals. So far, they have uncovered that these microbes live off of sulfite, manganese, and copper oxide. Genetic profiling has shown that the closest relatives to these organisms were 10% different, which may not sound like a large gap, but to put in perspective, it'd be like comparing us to a fern. So, why care about these chemical, metal-eating freaks living in fairy tale-like crystals? Well, on one hand, the methods of extraction have become a test ground for scientists to mitigate forward contamination. And on the other hand, this discovery has shown us how versatile life can be, which leads to uncovering other ways life can survive on other worlds. Leading this quest to study these extreme microbes is Penelope Boston, director of NASA's Astrobiology Institute. As an astrobiologist, her goal is to understand these extreme microbes and how they might be applicable to finding life on other planets and moons. One of her goals while examining the microbes in the crystals was to prevent any contamination in their environment. This is important to note, as forward contamination is a huge factor when looking for new life. For instance, missions to Mars and moons like Titan and Enceladus may become a possibility in the future. While looking for life is of high interest in these terrestrial systems, we must find a way that mitigates contaminating another planet with our Earth germs. As of right now, humans are carriers of millions of bacteria, which is why no human mission has been created to visit Mars due to the ethical and biological implications. By introducing other microbes, or contaminants, to a new habitat, you may end up causing the extinction of the novel organisms you wish to study, which is why these crystals made a great testbed. Using sterile drills and gloves, Boston and her team extracted fluid from the crystals and divided the fluid into different nutrient broths to analyze what would grow. The only fact we know about these bacteria is that they grow by chemosynthesis, meaning they do not create energy by using light like plants, but by using inorganic chemical reactions. Finding organisms like this opens a new frontier of possibilities, as many planets and moons in our solar system are hypothesized to sustain life mainly by chemical reactions. Today, the samples taken from the Nika cave may be the last, as groundwater has now flooded the crystals. Still, after 9 years of working in the caves, Boston and her team have collected many samples, which are still actively growing today and being studied. One comment that should be mentioned is that many scientists are skeptical about her findings, as they believe that the microbes found in the crystals may have been exposed to other native bacteria found at the bottom of these saline springs that are located within the caves. But Boston is prepared for this critique, as she has also cultured bacteria that were growing in the caves in order to compare them to the samples that she had taken from the crystals. Due to the fact that samples were only taken in 2009, Boston and her team are still compiling the results of their discoveries, which will be published in the near future. For now, all we can do is anticipate their findings and wait for the next new world to be discovered. I'm Adele Petrus, and thank you for tuning in.